Hello everyone. In this second video, we will take another case where we will take one more switch, layer 2 switch. So we will take 12960 switch, and under this switch we will connect few end devices. So suppose we are taking few PCs, that is we will take 4 PCs, and the same case we will do, we will give these two PCs to VLSI lab, or we can say advanced VLSI lab, and we will give these two PCs to optical lab or advanced optical lab. So suppose we are having 4 rooms in a building, and within those 4 rooms, 2 rooms are on the first floor, 2 rooms are on the second floor, and first floor there is VLSI lab and optical lab, and in second floor there is advanced optical lab and advanced VLSI lab. So we have one VLSI lab, one advanced VLSI lab, one optical lab, and one advanced optical lab. So we have one VLSI lab, one advanced VLSI lab, one optical lab, and one advanced optical lab. And we want that VLSI lab, we want that this VLSI lab will be there in VLAN number 10, whether it is basic VLSI lab or advanced VLSI lab. And we want that optical lab be there in VLAN number 20, whether it is basic optical lab or advanced optical lab. So for this thing to happen with the help of 2 switches and one single switch, that is multi-layer switch, the first thing we will realize the connectivity of this network. So for connectivity of this network, we'll go to wired and select copper straight through cable, and we will connect from fast Ethernet 0. And in this switch, later on we will define that from port number 1 to port number 5, that is in VLAN number 10, and port number 20 to 24, that is there in VLAN number 20. So for that thing, we need to connect our wire, that is copper cross straight through cable, to this port number 2 and port number 3, because that port number 2 and 3 are there in this range. Okay. For VLAN number 20, we need to connect our wire in this range. So we are connecting at 21 and 22. After connection of these wires, we will assign IP addresses to these end devices. So we'll go one by one. So first we are defining IP address for PC number 9. So we'll go to desktop. We will assign IP address 192.168.10. Since we have already defined 1 and 2, 2 and 3 to these computers, and 1 is our default gateway, so we'll define here 4. And 192.168.10.1 is our default gateway. In a similar manner, we will go to this computer. We will define the IP address ending with 5 and default gateway ending with 1. We will go to this computer of another lab, that is advanced optical lab, we will define an IP address of 192.168.20.4 and with a default gateway of 192.168.20.1. Similarly, we will define in the second computer of this advanced optical lab ending with 5 as an IP address and ending with 1 as a gateway address. After defining all those things, we will define two virtual LANs in this switch. So we'll go to configuration, we will go to virtual LAN database. We will define first database, that is of virtual LAN number 10, and with the name advanced VLSI lab. And we will define another VLAN, that is 20, with the name advanced optical lab. So now we are having two VLANs added, that is VLAN number 10 and 20, and we will go to all the corresponding port, that is port number 1 to port number 5, and we will define them in VLAN number 10. So we will go to all the ports one by one. And then we can check also, like 1 is there in 10, 2 is there in 10, 3 is there in 10, 4, 5, they are there in 10, and other things they are by default in VLAN number 1. The second thing we need to do is we need to define this VLAN number 20 range from fast Ethernet 20 to fast Ethernet 24. So we'll go to port number 20 and then we will define it to VLAN number 20. The same thing we will do with 21, 22, 23 and 24 port. So 24, 23, 22, 21 and 20, they are in VLAN number 20. So after defining all those things, you can be able to communicate within the lab. That is, you can be able to communicate from VLSI lab computer to VLSI lab computer, and from optical communication lab or advanced optical lab to advanced optical lab computer. But you can't be able to communicate within the two VLANs. So for communicating it, you need to connect this switch to this multi-layer switch. So for connection, we will take one wire from VLAN number 10 and we will connect that wire to suppose 3. And we will take another wire from VLAN number 20 and suppose we are connecting it at 4. So after connecting these wires, you need to go to this switch and you need to define that this port number 3 is there with VLAN number 10 and port number 4 is there with VLAN number 20. So I am going to this switch and I am defining that this port number 3 is with VLAN number 10 and port number 4 is with VLAN number 20. We will check whether VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 IP address, I think we have already done the VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 IP address configuration in previous lab. So we will check that one first. So for checking it, we will see show IP interface brief, and okay, here we can find out that these two VLANs already having the IP address, so we need not to define IP address. So now we will try to communicate from this PC to this PC. Okay, and you can see that it is successful now. So after this, if we try to communicate from PCs of same lab, that is successful. If we try to communicate the PCs of our advanced optical lab, that is successful. And if we try to communicate PCs of two different labs, that is also successful. If we try these two PCs, that is also successful. Now we have already seen that the communication between this part is successful. Okay, so we have successfully completed this part. Now we will see that whether the communication from this part to this part is happening or not. So if we try to communicate one packet from this VLSI lab to advanced VLSI lab, okay, that is successful. Here you can see it is successful. If you try to communicate another packet from optical lab to advanced optical lab, see it is successful. Okay, so those packet communication is successful because they are in VLAN number 10, and that second one is VLAN number 20. The another thing that is from VLAN number 10 to VLAN number 20 is also successful. We will see that one, like we will communicate from this PC of VLSI lab to advanced optical lab PC, this PC, and we can see that it is successful. So you can check it for all possible combinations, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, and you can check here. You can check here that all the packets are successful. Okay, so means our full network is reliable, and you can communicate between VLSI lab and optical lab, whether it is VLSI or advanced VLSI or advanced optical or basic optical. In this way, we can use our multi-layer switch for communication between two networks or two virtual LANs, whatever we require in practical scenario. Thank you.